Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
You've done some amazing things, over the years with the artists you've worked for as a studio musician and toured with, but you've got a brand new album releasing in April called Dealin It.
Yeah. It's an instrumental project that this came about over a period of time. I was contracted to do some recording workshops through Sweetwater Sound up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So we go in and take a song or two, and there's always maybe like 18 to 20 people in there to observe how we're recording. So we started doing these instrumental things that I had written, and over time we had enough for a record, and here we are. So.
Well, and you've done so well with your past instrumental records, getting, best instrumental awards and everything for your last acoustic project. This one, though, Tom, I got to tell you, listening to it, it's a lot of fun. It's like, I don't even know exactly how you would put this in a category or a box, but it's like you've got some funk, you got some blues, you got some jazz, just tasty horns, guitar. It's like you've really got a lot of different styles of music in one album with Dealin It.
It's definitely a fusion project all the way. So, I mean, it's, I'm kind of an eclectic musician anyway. I mean, I've had a background in so many different flavors of music. So it was kind of a natural thing to do, to try a bit of this, try a bit of that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, I think it obviously worked, and I got to brag on you, but you've been here in Nashville since 1978. And, when you hit here, you end up working with Amy Grant, Vince Gill, the Imperials. It's like the list of people that you have toured with, that you have recorded with in studio, and also had songs, that you've written. It's a big list of who's who, Tom.
When you hang around long enough, that can kind of happen.
And it might be talent. That is, but it's like the list is like, it just goes on and on. I got to ask you this too. Once again, obviously we're talking about your new album, but you worked on the soundtrack for Passion of the Christ.
Yes, I did. What it was actually just one song that was attributed to that. It was a song that I had produced for B.B. Winans. And so it ended up, I say it ended up, we did it for the Passion of the Christ. I had been working with him on a couple of different projects that year. And so he got an opportunity to do this. And so we did it.
And obviously the musical DNA runs through your family, as with your daughter and with your brother. And it's like, it seems like everybody in your family is somehow musical, Tom.
Yeah, we come from a very musical background. So my mom and dad both, they play. They were novice, but they love playing. And my dad, he was a bluegrass guy all the way. To him, it was like there was bluegrass, and then there was other stuff that he didn't know about.
So many artists have brought you in to play and produce on their albums, but you're also a chameleon to where everybody in Nashville knows your name as one of the top go-to guitarists, and that has to feel good for you after this many years of being in the business.
Well, I have to say it's quite a feat, to think about. I've been doing this for 40 plus years now and still going. So yeah, it's usually, it seems like someone's career doesn't quite last that long, in this business. So, but I think that has a lot to do with being eclectic, and constantly reinventing myself and keeping up with trends in music and pop culture and stuff. So, yeah. So I've just, I made it a point to try to stay on top of everything. I love the arts. I love music so much. And so, with the ever constant changing thing, I try to keep right on top of everything that's going on. So.
Well, and I've got to bring this up too, in your spare time, which I can't believe you have any. You also play with the Eaglemaniacs doing, Eagles songs around Nashville. And I've sent so many people to see you guys play, and they've always loved it. So, are you still going to be doing that this year as well?
As a matter of fact, I'm doing one of those shows tonight. So, yes, it's a fun thing. My brother and I decided to do this. My brother's such a great singer. He has this real Don Henley sounding voice anyway. And we thought, hey, let's just do this for fun. And I actually got online and did a little research, and I found out that Eagles music is the most requested live music there is. So one of the first shows we did, nobody really knew anything about this band, and we played at Third and Lindsley here in Nashville about 6 or 7 years ago. And that night, we weren't sure if there were going to be 20 people or what, and the place sold out. And we turned 150 people away at the door. So it was quite an amazing thing.
Well, and I got to bring this up, Tom. With the new album Dealin It, are you going to be rolling out singles? Will there be any videos? Will you be touring with the Tom Hemby band? Because I know, you have so much session work and everything else that you do, in your different roles as a musician, songwriter, and producer. What are you going to do with this album?
Well, we hope to play some live for sure. As far as touring right now, I'm not exactly sure what that's going to entail because of the whole COVID thing and what we've been dealing with in the past year of, just trying to get live music going back again. I don't have any immediate plans, but I'm hoping to put something together to be able to play out and showcase this record and let people see what it's all about. So, but I tell you what, I'm so proud of the guys on this project. These guys, the reason I called it Dealing It, because man, they were dealing it on this album. That's the total reason. It's Keith Carlock is the drummer. Keith is a world-class drummer who tours with Steely Dan, has recorded with many great artists. Mark Douthit on saxophone. Mark has played on hundreds, if not thousands, of records for people here in Nashville, and he currently tours with Michael McDonald. And Michael Whitaker, just a fantastic keyboard player, just multifaceted music that he does. He's a great arranger, and he does a lot of film scoring stuff. Adam Nitty, just a virtuoso bass player who's been touring with a lot of different folks. As of recent, I think it was Kenny Loggins. He's been working with some. And so it's a great cast of players that came to the table here. And I was so honored to be a part of it with them. So.
Well, and I want to make sure too, for our viewers, Tom, where's the best place for your website, social media, and everything else, that rolls out with Dealin It? Where should our viewers go to?
Well, you can go to tomhemby.com, and then there's things that will direct you to other websites from there. You can find this music on Spotify, Apple Music, and other places that, do digital downloads. We're getting ready to put out some hard copies, so those will be available as well. So
that's incredible. I got to tell you, congratulations. Incredible album with Dealin It. I think everybody is going to love it. I can't wait to see you live with the Tom Hemby band and also with the Eaglemaniacs again. Tom Hemby, thank you so much for coming on the Rock Interview.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones Show.